Hello everyone and welcome to the Smashy Business Show. Today is Thursday, March 20, 2025. We don't know where the 2 months and 20 days went. It's so quickly passing. The first quarter is nearly ending. Hello everyone, my name is Majid.
And I'm Ward Ahmed, and we've got a great show for you today. Now, for today's headlines, firstly, Ben & Jerry's accuses Unilever of silencing support for Gaza. Secondly, Musk's xAI is joining MGX, Abu Dhabi's MGX, Microsoft, and Blackrock for their $30 billion AI plan. And finally, His Highness Sheikh Tahnoon, in his Washington tour that's currently ongoing, has met Elon Musk and Oracle's Larry Ellison.
And stay with us till the end of the show as we explore vertical integration. It's a very nice concept, and we will explore how Majid Futtaim, very big name in the Middle East, they built a retail empire using vertical integration. We'll tell you how they did it. And let's start with the very first story. Ben & Jerry's has accused its parent company, Unilever, of silencing support for peace in Gaza. So they accused the company, they sued the company, and the other part of this case is that they also accuse them of overriding their independent board. So the ice cream brand, which is very famous, I think the flavors are good. I don't like all of them, but yeah, some of them.
I love Ben & Jerry's Pepito. It's so good.
So ice cream brand claims that Unilever's interference led to the firing of CEO David Stever. A lawsuit was filed Tuesday, which alleges Stever was dismissed for refusing to step back from Ben & Jerry's social mission.
Now, the legal complaint states Unilever has repeatedly threatened Ben & Jerry's personnel, including CEO David Stever, should they fail to comply with efforts to silence the social mission. The dispute escalated on March 3rd when Unilever informed Ben & Jerry's board that Stever was being removed, allegedly rushing the decision in violation of their merger agreement.
And Ben & Jerry's, which was founded in 1978, a very old company, decades old, has long been known for its progressive activism. When Unilever bought the company in 2000, it agreed to maintain an independent board to protect its values. However, tensions have flared, especially in 2022, when Ben & Jerry's sued Unilever for preventing it from ending sales in the occupied West Bank.
Now, Unilever is currently preparing to spin off its ice cream division, which will be listed in the Netherlands. Now, the company has not responded to requests for any comments, and this controversy comes as corporate activism faces mounting scrutiny, with businesses pulling back from social justice initiatives under political pressure.
And that's happening especially in the US. Yesterday, we also did a story where I think you saw that when the Shopify one, that the Shopify president, it's a very interesting story. Let's just plug it in quickly that he said thanks for saying this to a tweet which was done by one entrepreneur. When we looked into the entrepreneur, he's a Spanish entrepreneur, lives in Spain, is Argentine, and his name is Martin Warsawski. And he, according to himself, according to his tweet, serves on the board of Axel Springer, which owns Politico, which is a good magazine newspaper. The Politico article, according to Martin Warsawski, was one-sided, supported Hamas and all that. He wrote a long tweet. But the interesting thing is that Shopify president went and endorsed his pro-Israeli stance on that tweet. And we did the story. A lot of people came and they talked about that it's wrong from such a big brand, a platform which helps people set up shops, online shops, e-commerce shops. And one of the biggest person, like the president of the company, supporting openly, publicly a pro-Israeli stance.
Of course, yeah. and why would you support them? And another story that we also covered that's very similar to this is Reebok. So basically, Reebok, they faced a lot of boycott pressure because they were sponsoring the Israeli Football Association, and we also saw this similarly with McDonald's. As you know, as much as they'd like to, there's a case right now, by the way. Basically, people are really angry at this UK musician, Stormzy, and they're really angry with him because basically he came and said that no, McDonald's does not support what Israel is saying when everyone was like, hey, like we've seen the photos. We've seen the photos of the IDF soldiers sitting with their Happy Meal boxes. It's like if you want to make money through influencing, if you want to make money through pushing certain messages out, you know, make that money. But is it worth it? You know, is it worth compromising your morals? And I think even with the president of Shopify, sometimes, Majid, we really have to pose the question of, you know, do these people really believe in this? Because think about it. We all see what's happening in Gaza. We all see what's happening in Palestine, the torment that all of these families are going through. I don't believe that people are that dumb. I just believe that they're very money motivated.
Even in terms of documentation, I think this is the most well-documented genocide in the history of human beings because of social media, because of the availability of video and audio and photos readily available on phone and people sharing them. We see Plestia, you met her, Mutaz Azeza, all these guys, they actually documented each and every single thing. So Shopify president saying this, then Ben & Jerry's going and suing their parent company because they are very progressive and they talk about a lot of things. One of the things is Black Lives Matters. They supported that movement as well. And they supported peace in Gaza as well. It's happening.
Which brings me to my point of, I know that the president of Shopify is not a complete idiot.
Yeah.
I know that he's not an idiot.
Yeah.
You have, you know, with these businesses, they want something, they want monetary value back from Israel.
Yeah.
That's all that it is. But is it worth compromising your morals and your human instincts to see something that's wrong and stand back? Is it worth compromising it for more money? I'm not sure about that. But speaking of the documentation about this is the most documented genocide in history, just very recently, you know, there's a report of an ABC journalist who was killed, and not only him, but his entire family.
Well, they were sleeping,
right? It's almost that they're trying to do this to prevent further documentation.
Yeah.
It's just completely worrisome. But
and it's not just like Middle Eastern media there to cover the genocide that's happening. The whole international media, everyone is literally there. And I remember when it started, everyone was reporting from a distance, so they didn't know the ground facts. Then they started confirming the ground fact from a lot of people, like Ministry of Health of Palestine, the Palestinian Authority, which is right now in charge. They started getting facts, and then they started going in the field, and they saw literally what was happening. So the Western media also, some of them, they literally in the start were very apologist for Israel, that, oh, they did October 7, and this is Hamas, and that is why they're retaliating. But when they went on the ground, they saw mosques being bombed, hospitals being bombed, because Israel thought there was Hamas terrorists in it. They realized that, no, something is going wrong here.
Something is completely
and then they
wrong.
finally realized, we saw one of the best examples I will give for like the next 10 years, Piers Morgan. Completely now he has changed he's become from an Israeli apologist and always saying, oh, Hamas, because of Hamas, now he's finally started to agree. Not really, but at least we see a change of tone. At least now when he talks about it, he understands that yes, whatever Israel is doing is wrong. He doesn't call it a genocide still. He says that, oh, them killing civilians is wrong.
And why does he not call it a genocide?
Yeah, he will never call it right.
And that's what I mean, Majid. It's, you know, with all these characters, it's definitely them prioritizing monetary value.
Yeah.
You know, even after seeing that the Israeli Finance Ministry themselves have publicly revealed that to do all of this, they're spending $31 billion. But Majid, I just want to kind of move to another topic. So we've spoken about Unilever and, you know, the ice cream business. And I would say that somebody who's a part of the ice cream business here, and their business is slowly growing more and more. It's House of Pops.
Yeah.
So House of Pops, I don't know if you guys have seen them, but they do like these very organic flavors, banana, like it doesn't have any artificial flavors in it. But,
no artificial sweeteners, no preservatives.
And their founder is Mazen Kanan, and I believe and the other co-founder, which I would say is the hidden co-founder, not many people know this, is his wife, I believe her name is Marcella,
Yeah.
and she's Costa Rican. But beside the point, I find Mazen Kanan's story so interesting. He's a Lebanese founder, and I was watching his podcast with Conversations with Lulu Kazan, and this was a story, by the way. He was told that he's not fit to run the ice cream business, and you know the way that it actually all happened? It was all through email. So basically, they were all talking on an email. It's ice cream business. All the characters in that, they were just talking, and by mistake, they actually tagged him on the
In one
email,
of the emails.
where they basically said, Mazen Kanan is not fit to run the ice cream business. And right after that, we've seen what he's built.
Yeah.
House of Pops, it expanded so quickly. We see it everywhere.
Not
it's
in
all over the Gulf.
UAE. They've gone to Kuwait, Qatar,
Yeah.
Lebanon.
Yes.
Any event that happens in Dubai, we went to Step, there was a House of Pop stand.
Yeah.
Even in Qatar Web Summit, there was a House of Pop stand.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, whichever event you go to in Dubai, at least what I've seen, you see a House of Pop.
They've really
pop-up.
scaled. And what's so interesting about his story is that, not only has he defied his coworkers in the business industry who
Yeah.
said he's not fit to run the ice cream business, he's also defied everything on Shark Tank
Yeah.
Dubai. So he actually went on Shark Tank Dubai. I believe, who was hosting during that? Noor Suwaid was there.
Noor Suwaid is kind of like a guest which comes on for 3-4 episodes, but mainly it's Amira Sajwani, the Mac.
Okay. I see.
There's this another guy, Al Balushi, and there's Eli Khoury. These are like the main permanent ones.
Yeah.
And then every like 3-4 episodes, some guys come. Last time it was Adil Sajan also from Danube. He also came on for 2. Tawfiq came as a guest judge. So Noor Suwaid was there as a guest judge last year and this year as well.
And he was lucky to see Noor Suwaid, but he was basically saying how before he went onto the stage, he was actually told, Mazen, don't ask for more than 1 million dirhams. You're going to get rejected. It's not happening. Mazen went and asked for 10 million dirhams, by the way. And he got it.
That takes a lot of guts, right?
He received it, and it's like and that's why I love his story so much. It's like to defy. You can see that he's very defiant,
Yeah.
very stubborn. Every single step of the way, somebody's like no, and he's like yes. And honestly, that's genuinely my belief in life, Majid. With everything that you do, you have to be very. What's the word for it? You have to be very ballsy about everything. Get
Yeah,
what
and you have to
want.
be like, you should have tenacity. I think that is one of the values that Augustus Media, our parent company, runs on, tenacity. Like, you have to be at it. You don't have to back down. You just keep going at it. Just, like, be better 0.1% every day.
Really?
And eventually
But
you'll
Majid,
reach that point.
I don't think it's about being better, by the way. I don't think it's about being intelligent, because I know a lot of
Stubborn?
intelligent. I think it's about being ballsy. Like,
Yeah.
you get what you want.
Yeah.
People are standing in the line, you're like, okay, move. I'm going to be the first on this line.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are good at a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'll admit, I don't think I'm the best at everything. There are people who might do something better than me, but I have the trait of being very ballsy. I'll fight for what I want.
Oh, okay.
And people should
Okay.
should always fight for what they want, really.
Yeah, not everyone can afford to, I think. It's just like what position you're in. It's a very good example that you gave. Just simply one thing, I remember you see a lot of these experiments in the world where, like on a racetrack, people will put every person like 50 meters away from the race finish line, and then someone 100 meters and someone 1,000 meters away, and they'll be like, run. So you need to understand that some people come from a place of privilege when they're born. So those people, for them being very, whatever you're saying, is very easy. But sometimes people start 1,000 meters behind. So they can't afford any like risks. They just have to keep running. So I think being consistent is good. But yes, when you reach a certain point, you need guts as well.
But
so you need to be gutsy.
But see, Majid, I agree with what you're saying, that your environment definitely does
Yeah.
contribute to your success. But I don't just think that it's your environment. I also think it's the fact of you just have to be willing to put yourself out there, because I know a lot of people who are wealthy, who are well off, but they're not where they want to be.
Trait. I think being gutsy, being very courageous, being asking for what you want and what you deserve, it's a learned trait. You are not born with it, and you can learn it if you have that good environment where people actually don't mind you doing all of that. So it's a learned trait which you eventually learn. As a kid, and good for parenting as well, I think. Oh, parenting advice on Smashy Business Show. But yeah, let's move on to another gutsy person in the business world, Elon Musk, the richest man in the world. He's been in the news quite a lot in the last few months since Trump was elected, before he was elected. And now he's in the news again for a very interesting reason. Musk's xAI, which is the parent company which developed Grok, which we love nowadays. Grok is so much better than OpenAI right now.
I agree with you.
Right now, to be honest. We don't know how OpenAI will evolve eventually and how Grok will evolve. But Musk's xAI is joining MGX, which is an Abu Dhabi-based fund which has 100 billion in their kitty to invest anywhere they want. And then we have Microsoft and Blackrock. So these three companies, MGX, Microsoft, and Blackrock, they signed a deal last year to build a 30 billion AI infrastructure and AI investment plan. So they were like, we'll each contribute some amount and we'll invest in AI. Now Musk's xAI has joined this initiative. The thing is, it's important because NVIDIA now already has joined as an advisor, and it was there, but now it officially joins the group according to a statement which was released on Wednesday.
Now, the initiative, now renamed the AI Infrastructure Partnership, AIP, will focus on AI-related infrastructure investments, primarily in the U.S., with some funds allocated to partner countries. Now, additional investors are expected to join. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink said long-term infrastructure projects like AI data centers are attracting interest from pension funds and insurers.
And Microsoft, which has invested $13 billion in OpenAI, remember, OpenAI, adversary to xAI, is increasingly developing its own AI models, aiming to compete with its partner. Meanwhile, Musk has publicly feuded with OpenAI CEO Sam Altman over the company's for-profit shift. Despite these tensions, Microsoft, BlackRock, and Abu Dhabi's MGX are collaborating with Musk's xAI in this massive AI infrastructure push.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Now, MGX, overseen by His Highness Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has been a major AI investor. It has also contributed to U.S. President Donald Trump's $500 billion AI investment plan called Stargate. Now, His Highness Sheikh Tahnoon met Trump, Musk, Microsoft's Satya Nadella this week to discuss increasing Emirati investments in U.S. technology and energy.
And the demand for AI has fueled a race to build massive data centers. Energy companies NextEra and GE Vernova will collaborate with AIP to scale energy solutions for these facilities. Very interestingly, a Bloomberg report last year projected that AI data centers, which are becoming the prime property right now, will consume 1,580 terawatt hours of electricity by 2034. Which is equal to India's current energy use. So all the AI data centers in the world will be using in energy which India is using right now. Very big thing. And Grok, xAI. Do you like Grok?
It's way better
Why?
than ChatGPT.
Why? What is the difference? Like the language, the vocabulary it uses, what?
First of all, it's quicker, but the language is much more sophisticated. Which I don't like so much. It's like, be a little bit dumb. It's too smart. It's too smart. And it's,
Grok?
Yeah, it's really smart and it's really good at research. It's and when you ask it for actual reliable sources, it finds them.
Nice.
It finds them. Like when I ask it, I'm like, hey, does this exist? It's like, no. And it's right, because I go and do my own search, and I compare it to Grok, and I'm like, oh my God, I can trust Grok. I can't trust ChatGPT all the time, though.
Yeah. You have to, like, even if you do search, you have to go to the claims, read it yourself, whatever it's claiming, and sometimes those reports are very long. But I think with Grok, the good thing that I found was it also goes through the tweets, it also goes through X posts, and it also tries to find context from there as well. So it's not just Google's, like, using search mechanics from Google or anything. It also goes and searches the tweets. So if someone important has tweeted about something, it will give you that tweet as well. That we're still calling it tweet. Now they're called X posts. But yeah, they also go and finds context from X posts. So kind of like it's people are also, whatever they're contributing to X eventually goes into Grok's data set. And it also retrieves information from there. So it's very interesting to find out that.
Oh.
Yeah, so if you write a tweet, it will be added to Grok's like intellectual capability and data. And eventually, if someone asks something about whatever you tweeted about, eventually X will refer to it. But the good thing is it refers to it as an X post. It clearly separates the two. My search says this from Google and for all the links, and tweets say this. So it's very interesting. Let's see. Both of them are evolving. Everyone is doing something new every day. So we'll soon see something. Continuing with the topic of Musk, His Highness Sheikh Tahnoon, he's on a Washington visit, and he has met with Elon Musk in Washington, D.C. to discuss the role of artificial intelligence and advanced technology in government systems. The talks focused on leveraging AI to enhance efficiency in service delivery and exploring collaboration in key sectors where technology can drive transformation. The meeting reinforced the UAE's commitment to digital innovation on a global scale.
Now, in another key meeting, Sheikh Tahnoon sat down with Oracle co-founder and CTO Larry Ellison to discuss advancements in AI and their impact on sustainability and quality of life. Now, they explored opportunities for investment and strategic cooperation with a focus on expanding innovation-driven solutions across multiple industries. Both sides emphasized the importance of fostering long-term partnerships in cutting-edge technology.
And His Highness Sheikh Tahnoon also met with the current US President Donald Trump. Yesterday we talked about it in detail, but just to give you a preview, where he conveyed greetings from UAE President His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, and discussions also centered on strengthening the long-term strategic partnership between the UAE and the US, with a particular focus on accelerating investments in AI, infrastructure, energy, and healthcare, which are the key pillars of sustainable development.
Now, on his Washington visit, Sheikh Tahnoon also met with U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent to discuss economic and financial cooperation. They explored ways to enhance collaboration in AI, energy, and infrastructure, reinforcing strong ties between the two nations. Now, the meeting underscored the deep financial and business cooperation between the UAE and the U.S. Now, according to Semaphore, he also has to meet with Meta's Mark Zuckerberg and Blackrock's Larry Fink.
Yeah, and these are the top stories for today. Let's move on to our segment where we try to find out how did they do it. And today we're talking about vertical integration and Majid Al Futtaim's retail empire. So first of all, Majid Al Futtaim mastered vertical integration by controlling multiple stages of its business, from real estate to retail to entertainment. Just to give you an idea of what vertical integration is, it's when a company takes control of multiple steps in its supply chain instead of relying on outside suppliers or partners. So just to give you an example from the top of my head, if you're starting a burger joint, if you raise your own cows and if you make your own spices, that will be vertical integration, because you won't be buying meat and spices and everything from someone.
Now, with Majid and Al Futtaim, so rather than them relying on external suppliers, they have actually developed their own shopping malls. You know, we've seen this in Mall of the Emirates, City Center, Hypermarks, Carrefour, and entertainment brands, Vox Cinema, Ski Dubai. Now, this integration allows Majid Al Futtaim to reduce costs, maintain quality control, and create a seamless customer experience across its properties. Now, instead of just being a mall developer, it became an all-encompassing lifestyle provider.
And by owning multiple aspects of the customer journey, MAF ensured long-term sustainability and resilience against economic fluctuations. So if something's price rises in their supply chain, they can always make up for it from the other side. So it makes it a dominant force in the Middle Eastern retail sector. And yeah, with that, we come to the end of today's Smashy Business Show. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. You'll find us as Smashy Business everywhere.
And don't forget, we also have our daily newsletter packed with the latest news and trends and deep dives. You can subscribe to it using the link in the description.
This is the Smashy Business Show. It's a Smashy Business production, part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. We're proud to have 1.5 million monthly listeners across all platforms. And if you're one of them, a huge thank you for being part of our journey. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.